So everything's going in the right direction. I can't thank everyone that has been doing the right thing, wearing your mask, coughing into your arm, cleaning your hands constantly. It's working. It's working. So we just ended 17 weeks. 17 weeks. We're on the 121 days into this, starting our 18th week. So it's been a long time, and I hate to say, everyone, it's going to be here for a while. Hopefully we don't get a second wave in October. But it's here. It hasn't gone away, but I think because Albany County residents and the Capital District residents been doing the right thing, it's been working. So as of today, we have 1,973 positive cases of the coronavirus. It's down, or excuse me, it's up by 8. And then we have 298 people under mandatory quarantine. That's down 2 from yesterday, which is also good news. We have 49 active cases in Albany County. That's down 2 from yesterday, which is also good news. 5,968 people have completed quarantine. 1,924 tested positive for the virus, and there's 10 more recoveries as of yesterday, which is also good news. And we have 3 people hospitalized, up 1 from yesterday, so we just did a little uptick a little bit there, with our hospitalization rate being 0.5%. That of those who've tested positive. Yesterday, the rate was 0.1, so that went up a little bit. We have no one in ICU again, so that's also good news, 0 people in ICU. And the 5-day average is 5.8 new positive cases, and that's down from 6.6 the previous 5 days, so which is all good stuff, that we're going in the right direction. I want to remind people to schedule an appointment at the state testing sites at UAlbany, the Seth Q Arena, and every place else up there. The drive-through is 1-888-364-3065. And also our mobile testing sites that are still going on. You can call that number at 518-465-4771. That's area code 518-465-4771. Rite Aid's still going in the town of Colony, so please go to the riteaid.com and you can sign up to get a test. And also the Priority 1 in Gilderland, the antibody testing you can get done, you can get tested there. That's area code 518-867-8040. Just to let you know, usually it was taking like 24 hours to 3 days to come back. I was talking to a legislator yesterday that got tested, and we were saying that it's backed up. So it's like 5 days now. It's going back to where it was. I know Dr. Fauci has said that if it takes 5 days to get a test back, there's no sense of doing tracing. I was a little alarmed when I was watching that last night, and he's like, if you wait 5 days, by the time you get the test back and it's positive, the tracing theory is out the window. Again, we're trying to turn it around quicker. The problem is that there's a lot of people, actually now, the numbers are going up that are getting tested. Because it's going to people that were non-essential workers that are back to the workforce, or anyone that wants to get tested. They're no longer asking if you have signs or symptoms. They're just giving you the test. So people are getting it done to see where they're at. So that's the other problem. I know the 4th of July was a lot of cookouts going on, a lot of good stuff going around. Hopefully everyone did the right thing. I know we had 10 yesterday, 8 today. So it's we went up a little bit in the uptick. But not to the days where we were at. So that's all good stuff. I know that everyone who's traveled to the 19 states where infection rates have been raising to dangerous levels. So please go and get tested. I know people have come back from being in California and stuff. I know you feel good. Do the right thing. The governor's doing the right thing. We're asking you to quarantine yourself for 14 days, get tested, because this is the reason. And numbers speak, right? When you look at things, numbers speak. And one of the things that we look at is the data. And the most recent data I've seen from the governor's office shows the percentage of positive rate for the capital region was at 0.7%, tied for the second lowest in the state, along with the Southern Tier. We're the second lowest now. And you got to remember how fast our numbers were popping up. Unfortunately, we lost 121 people, and my condolences still go to the families and my prayers. We've had a lot of people in the hospital. People are still getting this. But to be the second lowest, tied for the second lowest in the state, says a lot about the people here in Albany County and the Capital District. We're doing the right thing. We need to continue to do that, and we can continue to open up. On Monday, our percent of positive rates for the region was 1.2%. So overall, we're moving again in the right direction, especially true when it comes to hospitalizations and ICU beds, which we talked about. The good news from the governor on Wednesday, he announced that malls will be opening starting today for regions in phase 4, as long as they have the proper air filter systems, which they'll need the MER V11 rating or higher. The minimum efficiency reporting values, which just means the filters are better able to screen out this virus. So, and actually malls that are big malls obviously need stronger filters. So malls with more than 800,000 square feet will need at least the MER V13. And just to let everyone know, Colony Center will be opening up tomorrow. So Colony will be joining the malls opening up. But just to let people know, there's minimum capacity will be limited to 50%. Food court seatings will be closed, but takeout and delivery will be still available. Other common sitting areas will be closed for the people that like to go there and walk around the mall and get exercise and sit. Some of your seats might not be there, obviously for right reasons. Health screening will be required of all employees, and there's thousands going back that work in the mall, but not for the customers. They came up with a plan. I read Colony Centers and Pyramids. Great plan of action for this, how they're going to handle this. But again, as we know, you can be as tough as you want, and you can do all the screening that you want and all the good practices, and you still might get a case outbreak. So again, you just got to try to do your best. But reopening malls is critical because malls in Albany County include hundreds of stores. Like I said, thousands of jobs, and people are struggling to make ends meet. And the stimulus package 4 that came out that gave the extra $600 runs out, I believe, July 31st on Friday. I believe July 31st is Friday. Yes? No? All right. Daryl? It's the first time you don't know. All right, that's okay. It is Friday. It was a test question for you, Daryl. So knowing that, people want to get back to work, so which is good. That's why I called on the governor during phase 3 for reopening processes, as long as it's done right and it's done in a slow manner, because again, some of the things I just want to point out, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, but look at the coronavirus in Florida and Texas. I was supposed to take a trip there with the family in the fall to go to Disneyland, and obviously canceled. But they opened up today in Orange County, Florida, and yesterday they reported 120% uptick in one day. 120%. They're being slammed, and the difference with this virus as it morphs and changes, it's affecting the younger population in Florida and the kids, versus where here it was the elderly and people in nursing homes and underlying health issues, which is still affecting there. But if you look at Texas and Florida that had no plan, stayed open, thought it was going to affect them, let the spring breakers come in. When we controlled things going forward, and the government did a good job controlling stuff and reopening, and I know people hate it. I know people hate being controlled. I know people didn't like what was happening. Just look at what's going on in these other states. That's all I say to you, because the proof's in the pudding. I hate to say that way, but if you look at it that way, the state of Florida is breaking records for deaths right now, and it's sad, because they didn't have the leadership we had here in New York State, and not just the governor. I'm talking all the county executives and county managers from around the state that rolled up our sleeves and worked together with other nursing homes to make things happen. Our NISAC, Steve Aquario and them, did a great job coordinating services. Steve, my hat's off to you. NACOM, County Executives of America, NACO, we all work together. It's all one. It takes a partnership, working with the town supervisors and mayors and making things happen. And the logistics behind it was incredible. So I do want to thank everyone for rolling up their sleeves, but most importantly, to the people out there, because you're the ones that made it happen. We could put all the barriers out there, all the PPE, do all the right stuff. If you're not following the guidance, we wouldn't be where we are today and watching kids play baseball. From a distance, social distance, not as many numbers, but these kids won't even have this opportunity. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we continue to move forward. Another thing that keeps coming up Wednesday in the control room that we had was the lack of compliance at Walmarts in the capital region. I went out to Glenmont Walmart, and they weren't. And the thing is that they said that they're going to start doing the right thing. They're going to start, putting ambassadors out, or health ambassadors, and they're going to educate people. I will say this to the media. I'm totally amazed. I'm amazed because I called on this like I can't even breathe. Somebody can call me out. You keep track of what I say. I know 1300 does when I mispronounce things wrong. They enjoy that. But I know it was months ago. They've been open for the whole 18 weeks. You have closed mom and pop's businesses that could have stayed open through this whole crisis and could have done the right thing. Weren't allowed to because what? We weren't smart enough. They weren't healthy enough. But the fact that we're still talking about Walmart and Target and Sam's Club, and it's 18 weeks into it, and now they're going to do this. Where were they 18 weeks ago? Making profits when the little stores, the backbone of our community, were struggling. So I just find it ironic. I can't even comment anymore on it when they bring it up because it's not even laughable. The fact that they're going to do all this stuff 18 weeks later. Thanks Walmart. Thank you for rolling up the sleeves and doing the right thing. So that being said, it's just disappointing as we go forward, and certain people are trying to do their best to keep people healthy and safe. So I thank you. So Walmart also now, after 18 weeks, will be contracting with a third-party security that will also help with compliance. The guidance went into effect yesterday. I want to remind our local nonprofits that we're still accepting applications for our summer youth program, again in a partnership with the Albany County Legislature, and I want to thank them for that, and everyone that was involved with that to get it done, especially my staff, Jen Clement, our HR commissioner. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Mike McLaughlin, and my policy analysts that actually made it happen. Couldn't have been done without you doing that on top of everything else that you've been doing. The county will provide funding for youth programs that can range from physical fitness and sports to arts and music to community service, anything that will provide them with a better opportunity to find success later in life. It's about the foundation. It's what Sheriff Apple and I have talked about since 2012 when we started this venture. It's about the foundation of kids. It's not just about sports. It's about education and giving them opportunities and let them know what tools they have. So submissions are due back to the county Division of Purchasing by Monday, July 13th. Please contact them at area code 518-447-7140 for more information. Again, I want to thank all the businesses that that really rolled up their sleeves in this county in an innovative way, thought outside the box, and came up with answers to some of the problems that we had. They're part of the problem solving, not part of the issue, which was great. And we had a lot of companies do PPE, make PPE, do different stuff. So again, I want to thank them all, everyone that's donated PPE to help us out, for the sheriff to get out at the EOC, for us to get out through our offices. But I do want to thank Scott's Miracle-Gro again, and because we will be sending face shields to the Capital Region BOCES for the Albany County School District. So we're going to be providing them with the face shields that they gave us. They need them so they can open up and do it safely. So again, thank you to everyone that has donated PPE, and to the school districts that helped us out, Gilliland, Colony, Shenenda. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Talking about schools, I know guidance is starting to come out. The state should be released by the state July 13th. School reopening plans will be due by July 31st. I had a great meeting. I got to think about this. I had a meeting the other day with Chris Gibson, the president of Siena College, with Supervisor Paul Mahan and my great deputy Dan Lynch. We talked about their plans, their social distancing, how they're bringing international students in, how they're going to quarantine them. We're going to help get them tested. What a great, I felt like I was getting an op order from the colonel, but you know what? He's running it, and he's doing it in a safe way, and has one hell of a plan for Siena College to move forward. So I look forward to working with the supervisor and the president of the college and give these freshmen an ongoing experience, which is going to be different than ever before, but Siena College definitely has a great plan. Javidan, the president of UAlbany, same thing. We've been meeting with them and talking to them. UAlbany has a great plan going forward, how they're going to do it. So the schools, they rolled up their sleeves, and it's going to be a different experience for college kids going there for the first year. or just going back in general. Things will be different, and the school system's going to be different. They're asking kids not to go home, and when they break for Thanksgiving, they're not coming back until the next semester. So they might do winter courses online, but it'll be virtual. Nothing will be there. So it's and Siena College is leaving extra prep time between classes so they can clean the classroom before the next class comes in. So again, people really coming up with answers to the problems, and that's what it's about. It's about getting through this together, because we can't do this without working together in a partnership. And no finger pointing, please. For these business nonprofits have reopened, again, we have the hand sanitizer at the Times Union Center. Please, by all means, come pick it up. You can call the number 518-487-2023. Anytime between 8 a.m. and 6. Lark Street bid and Central Avenue bid have already come and got large quantities. So they're doing a good job getting it out to the smaller companies that might not be aware of it. So to the chambers and the other ones, please, come on in, get it out to your businesses or let them know. We send an email out to them also. Want to remind everyone, as always, that mental health is available for you 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The number is 518-269-6634, 518-269-6634, and our 24-hour sexual assault hotline number, 518-447-7716. And as always, New York State hotline and the United Way reversal line, or not reversal line, but the 211, you can also reach out to. Again, I want to thank everyone, my staff especially, for all the hard work for the last 18 weeks. We're not out of it. We're in the budget. We're going to be talking about the budget process a little bit on Monday, where we are with our second quarter sales tax and all that stuff. So I'm going to have Steve Aquario here on Monday, probably my budget director, Sean Thalen, again, and really talk about the effects of this coronavirus going forward, and as we continue what our next step in government and reimagine what the area is going to look like, with a lot of people deciding probably not to come back and continue to work at home. We're going to see that going forward, and we're going to see a different world out there. But I say to the residents of Albany County, please continue to do what you're doing. I can't be prouder to be your county executive, and very humbled to be your county executive, because you are doing the right stuff and we're moving in the right direction. Thank you.